go in and pick up the pieces and take over control. So he's encouraging this war between conservation and development, and he is the synthesis of all the stuff that'll come out of the war.
Now, for those that missed it, I want to play banker David Lang talking about their elitist program and how to deal with the cannon fodder one more time, and then 2 final clips we haven't played yet. Play clip 17. It's so chilling. Here is clip 17.
David Lang from Montreal. He's always full of awkward questions, this chap.
Until recently on the balance sheet, there were billions of dollars still listed as existing, which have now been written off. And so those surpluses have a bad habit of disappearing when the auditor finally gets his hands into the balance sheet. I suggest, therefore, that this be sold not through a democratic process. That would take too long and devour far too much of the funds to educate the cannon fodder, unfortunately, which populates the earth. We have to take almost an elitist program that we can see beyond our swollen bellies and look to the future in time frames and in results which are not easily understood or which can be, with intellectual honesty, be reduced down to some kind of simplistic definition.
Okay, George Hunt. George, I want to ask you about this Maharaja clip where he questions Michael Sweetman's words. We're going to play this clip and then get you to comment on that, okay? All right, good. Here is the Maharaja questions Michael Sweetman's words. Here it is.
I'll be very brief. I've been listening patiently to Michael Sweetman's paper and the discussion so far. I'm confused, particularly since I'm the president of the World Wildlife Fund India, an NGO, of the need of another helping hand. But since this baby has been accidentally conceived by Michael Sweetman, and I presume that he's either a very foolish man or a very clever man. I think he's a very clever man, because the paper does not give any details. It's very general.
Wow. So the Maharaja is pointing out this gives a blank check of power to this World Congress instead of the World Wildlife Fund set up by the Nazi Prince Bernhard to carry out extermination. What's going on in that clip with the Maharaja?
Well, the Maharaja saw the light. He saw that either it was a very foolish plan that Michael Sweetman was introducing, to save the world's conservation, or it was a clever plan. And he didn't identify why it was clever, but he said, but I believe it's a clever plan. It's a clever plan because it seems to appear that they are saving conservation. And I think that's what the Maharaja saw. They were going to get money out of it instead of nice, pretty new trees. It's a clever plan.
And everyone laughs because they understand that of course, it's a joke. That's why they're there, is to get their hands on property and control the world population.
That's
so he's
right.
stating the obvious.
I asked him as an official host, when is this bank going to come to pass? And what I got out of them was there will be a collapse in 2012 of the world currency, and that the World Conservation Bank will come in to save the world. So
stay there. This is incredible bombshell info. Stay with us. Amazing.
We all know that the Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 4 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water systems. The revolutionary Berkey light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and re-cleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels, and removes harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping, an $87 value, yours free, but only for a limited time. Just call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653 now to order. That's 1-877-886-3653, or order online now at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
Have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realist, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30% while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well, free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Our economy is in great distress. The financial dominoes can fall at any time. It's time to stop hoping it doesn't happen and prepare just in case it does. You have auto and home insurance. Why wouldn't you have food insurance? Are you prepared to feed your family long term? Because it might take years to recover. As the adult, it's your responsibility to feed your family, especially during rough times. SurvivalistSeeds.com is offering a package that will give you a 3-acre heirloom vegetable garden anywhere. 50 heirloom varieties, 8,000 vegetable seeds, over 5 pounds of healthy food. Don't be fooled by marketing companies disguised as patriots. SurvivalistSeeds.com is owned by Big John Lipscomb, host of Don't Tread on Me radio show.
Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and just keep George Hunt till 40 after so I can go to Mike, Herman, Terry, Ben, and a couple others. But he just dropped another big bombshell. Studying the UN zone documents, studying the IMF World Bank, the banks want to get everybody in debt, all the nations, all the sub-states within the nations, bankrupted to then make you dependent on them. And then under environmental rules, grab and snatch property and raise the taxes so you go bankrupt. Then they bring in a global regime, global rationing, openly being announced. This is their plan. They're brainwashing your kids in school. They're really trying it. Copenhagen was a big blow against them. The fact that their scientists know it's a fraud. Ben Santer at the UN admitting that it's all made up, that they basically cut these sections out of the UN report where their own scientists said man wasn't causing global warming, or they're covering up the fact for the last 9 years the Earth has been radically cooling. All of this, and then he's saying he's there talking to Rockefeller, talking to others, specifically tell that story. And their world in 2012, this is in 1987, everything George talked about, he put this out 15 years ago or more, has now come true, really proving what he's saying. But specifically, take your time. Who said this again? Was it Rockefeller? I'm going from memory. At this conference, they said how they're going to do it and make the World Conservation Bank take over.
Okay. It was you remember I was there for 3 days asking lots of questions, okay? So the questions evolved to, number one, the question I had was, how is this bank going to be funded? I learned through the guests there, maybe I went to McNeil of the United Nations, I don't know where, but I found out that the plan is, and this is hearsay, that the plan is that the bank is going to bankrupt in 2012, and that the